Did you know that?
I had no idea. I didn't even realize
There's no
people
more
use
Periscope.
Periscope.
Yeah, there's no more Periscope anymore. It's just Twitter Live now. I guess Google bought it or something.
Okay. Everybody's
Um,
live. I don't understand the purpose of TikTok live. I don't get it. I think you have to have like so many followers to be able to do it. Um, but I don't understand the purpose of it because it's like most people get on there and they're not even half of them aren't even paying attention to the actual video of themselves. They're like looking at television or something, and they've usually got music in the background. They're like, you know, singing the words, lip syncing the words. I'm like, why are you even on here? Why are you
why are
live?
you even on here? Why do you even exist? Why don't you
I
just
mean,
die?
I mean,
I don't
what's the
understand.
purpose of this? Are you just wanting people to get on there and say, "Oh, you look hot"? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
That's exactly the purpose, I
Oh
guess.
my god! Oh,
Let's
so
go. All right, I think it should be ready to share. It should be shareable on our thingy. On our thingy.
Shareable.
If I could sound, I feel like one of those commercials where the guys talking like their dads and stuff. Like, try
Yeah,
not to be your parents.
right. Well, it's
Uh,
hard. It just kind of happens, man.
it does for real.
It just kind of fucking happens.
There's
I just
that.
come to that conclusion.
I'm re. I got to retweet over here. I want to retweet over to this account. Okay.
Okay, I just saw that.
It's wild, ain't it?
It's wild.
Oh, they had Nick Saban on. The Peyton and Eli show is so much better than the actual football
Oh, I
game.
forgot to watch that tonight. I was
Yeah,
going. Damn.
because you were like, "Hey, I'm watching shitty Raw. Let me watch something else."
I know. I wasn't even focused on it. I just now turned it to the game right pretty much right after Raw went off. So
It's like the best thing to watch if you're not invested in either team. Like I hate both teams or
well,
whatever,
that's what I'm saying. I just
and I wanted to watch Dallas lose, but they didn't. So it was good to
right.
watch those guys just fuck around with the
It's all
game.
right. Let them get all high and mighty for the Panthers next week. I think the Panthers will give them a game. Dallas might win, but I don't think it's not going to be 41-14.
They had guests on the Peyton and Eli show, and they had Nick Saban on. It was pretty funny. I got to retweet.
Mm-hmm. Like the real Nick Saban, or
No, they had the real Nick Saban because they have like LeBron was on. Who else? Matthew Stafford. They had
okay,
Chris Long on in the fourth quarter, and Saban was talking to him, and like Saban was like, Peyton was like, I never got to play against you in college, but Eli played against you a couple times. And then Peyton said, I played against you a couple times when he was like, when you were coach of the Dolphins. And of course, like Saban was like, oh.
I've got a game to focus on this week.
That's right. And he's like, well, I don't really watch. He's like, you have like 83 people in Alabama who are on NFL rosters or something. He's like, I don't get to watch any of them. I'm in the office like from Sunday at noon till like 10 o'clock, so I don't watch anything. And like he was just taking a break from preparation tonight to be on with those two guys just fucking around.
Oh,
So.
I'm sure. Yeah, they got Ole Miss this week.
Oh, okay.
I told my boy at Ole Miss, I was like, yeah, we softened them up for you.
Yeah, that's what happened. They're so tired from running around tackling USM. Not going to be effective. Woo-wee. I didn't think Alabama was Alabama this year because Clemson sure ain't Clemson this year. That's for sure.
Boy, state fans, they're reveling in that stuff, aren't they?
Well, I mean, a couple of years ago they almost beat Clemson, so I mean,
it is kind of payback, I guess, because they should have beaten them.
I'm happy.
And they almost blew this one.
Clemson ain't Clemson, man. They're just not this year. It's like when my niece went to go see the Eagles a few years ago. I'm like, I'm sorry, you didn't go see the Eagles. No, I did. They were like, no, you paid Eagles prices, but you didn't really see the Eagles.
Yeah, I understand. I've actually seen both versions, so I'm fortunate in that.
So tonight we're going to do the voices first, the wacky voices first, because I don't know if everybody got to enjoy them last week. I'd like to think that people.
So what are you saying? People just get bored with us and turn us off, and
it's hard to say. I mean,
I can't imagine. Come on,
some people might find it a little tough to wade through an hour of us. So we're gonna put the alleged.
Oh, you're killing me.
The alleged good shit up front, and then we'll talk about some other things. Now, the point of this is as we continue to attack our mortal enemy Vince Russo. And again, I would like to think that everybody has a level of history with us, but not everybody knows. Vince Russo is our mortal enemy, and he got us kicked off of the Realm Network several years ago because we called him out for his homophobic and racist and just misogynistic bullshit. And he would go whine to the guys at the Realm, and then they would bother us, and it got down to the point where they were like, you can't criticize Vince, not even on your social media. And I'm like, bitch, I've had my social media like 6 years before I ever met you, so fuck you, we're going to be off your network. So Vince eventually buys the Realm Network. We still don't know what he bought. Didn't he cop to $30,000? Wasn't that what he copped to?
Is it up to 30,000 now?
I thought it was like 30,000, and then it's been well above that, and he can never get the site to work. I don't think the site is even working now. He alleged that he had a really good
must be
some
deep-seated issues in that system, boy. Whatever the hell. God.
He alleges that like, the head of the Realm Network was a great friend of his, but he didn't know how to pronounce the man's name correctly. His name is Mark Ronick, and when Vince files the court papers, make sure you at least spell it correctly. It's Ronick. And at this point, since Vince is such a believer in the Lord, I'd like to say a little prayer, Bryant. Please, 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 God, let these people sue each other. Please let Vince Russo file a lawsuit of fraud against the Realm Network and Mark Ronick and Lowell Meltzer and also Buzz Burbank. Please let that happen as soon as possible, and please let them spend unending amounts of money in a court of law saying awful things about each other. And Lord, if you could see clear to me possibly giving some sort of deposition in that trial, that would be great too, but it's not completely necessary. All things we pray. Amen. Okay. That's since Russo is a big Jesus guy, he'll like that.
Or you can file it offensive. One or the other.
That would hurt my feelings if he found.
I can't imagine.
I would hate that. If somebody reported back to him that we were mocking his obviously very sincerely held religious beliefs, I would be so hurt by that. I don't even know what I would do.
Would you be able to tuck your head down in the pillow and sleep tonight?
Hang on. One more prayer. Dear Lord, please don't let Vince Russo find this offensive or some sort of attack against him for being a fake Christian. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So what Vince could have done was to spend a fraction of what he bought, of what he actually spent, build his own website from scratch, and ended up in the same place. Because I don't even know if the fucking thing works now. Whatever he's called.
I quit keeping up with it, to be honest.
It's called the Attitude Channel, and there were all these things that I would see.
It's such a made up name,
right?
Man. God, right. It's like a parody of what it would be called if you
could just live in the 90s a little bit more. You piece of shit. If you could just live, like if he could live in 1977, he'd want to, but living in 1997 is like second best for him. That would be great.
Dude makes me feel so good about listening to the 70s channel on Sirius XM. That's all I gotta say.
I do love you and I come up with some damn like 80s references or 35, 40 years old. That motherfucker's like doing Munsters and like shit like all that shit.
He's slaying us, man.
Oh man, he fucking kills us. There's like some carbon monsters. Dating. His fucking dusty ass balls have carbon dating on them or some shit. So he's calling it the Attitude Channel, and I would get these screen caps for people. They'd be like, Jeff Lane with his stupid ass. Okay, here's what you do is you go over to this RSS and type this in, hold your left foot up, spit it in the wind and piss 4 times. And then you can get your show. You can get Disco talking about his dick. And then it's like, oh my God, I have to sign up for this. Hang on, let me do that. I got to hear Glenn Gilberti. And like, that's the other thing. Mm-hmm. This is another thing. When you see some of the clips and stuff, they revere Glenn Gilberti as some sort of wise man. In that world of complete fucking idiots with one brain cell that don't know shit, they'll listen to him like, oh, that's so wise. Yes. I'd never thought of booking in that way, Glenn. Thank God you're here. That is so fantastic. Like,
yeah,
it's stunning. If I wanted to know, Glenn, how do you set up really good security at a Vegas titty bar? Boom, I go to Glenn Gilberti. I mean, that's the guy. He's my boy. And anything else, I'm not asking that fucker about. I'm like, I wouldn't even be like, hey, Glenn, what's the best way to buy Doritos? I wouldn't even do that. But in the land of dumbasses, Glenn Gilberti is considered like, he's like this sage
I love
guy,
that on
like
Saturday
a
mornings, man.
Yeah, in the land of Marshall, Will, and Holly.
Yes, it was great.
Hey, there's another current reference, dude. That's gonna be like too
playing right along, my man.
Even Russo couldn't go on with that one. Like, what's a slee stack, bro? I haven't heard of that.
Chaka.
So what we're going to do, and I'm explaining the magic trick up front because I'm going to say some things that are very, very offensive that we don't believe on this show, but Vince now thinks that he's a champion for free speech, is what he thinks. And Vince obviously has been a champion for a lot of homophobic, awful, misogynistic shit because he just can't get past the Old Testament. He just can't. So we are imagining shows for the brand new Attitude Channel and what those free speech things might be. And while we're doing that, we're going to make Vince Russo look gay as fuck because he's the most homophobic human being in the history of mankind. We're not only going to make him look stupid, but we're also going to say that he sucks a lot of dick. Not because that's anything that we think should be looked down upon. Not because there's anything wrong with that. No, there's no pejorative to that, but he is so barely a man in his own skin that this is like he can't handle it.
And he's very, let's be real. Let's talk honest.
Yes.
People that are so anti-gay.
Yes.
I don't know the statistics, but I would venture to say it's 6 to 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Are gay.
Yep. Very gay.
I mean,
very, very, very gay.
Look it up. It just seems that way.
Your Mike Pence's, your Ted Haggard's, your Larry Craig's, Senator Larry Craig, all of these people who rail against homosexuality end up being pretty gay.
Yeah, and a lot of them, and you know what a lot of them do?
What's that?
A lot of them hide behind that old religion.
They do. It's funny how that happens. It's funny
how about that? Full circle.
Not saying that's what happened here. Don't know.
No, I'm just pointing something out.
But in this fantasy world that we're about to enter into, Vince Russo is extremely gay and he sucks a lot of cock. All right. So we're going to say that. And again, in our world, it's going to be, when we're entering through this looking glass, it's going to be a pejorative. Being gay is bad because in Vince Russo world, being gay is bad because Jesus told him it was. God told him that being gay was bad. So it's bad and you shouldn't do it. Don't be gay. So that's going to happen. What else is going to happen? We're going to make Vince out to be an idiot because he is. These again
not hard.
It's not going to be tough. So these are going to be shows that these are fake shows that are going to be on the new Attitude Channel. Got it? Are you ready? This is what we did last. So Bryant.
Yes.
You won't believe who he got. You won't believe who Vince Russo got to do a brand new show on his Attitude Channel. I want you to think of the biggest star, the biggest pay-per-view draw in the history of wrestling. In fact, Vince Russo claims credit for this man's career. Can you guess who I'm talking about?
Could it be Stone Cold?
Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be doing a show.
Oh my God.
On the Attitude Channel. And you're
God.
It's I mean, I was shocked. I couldn't believe that he got, and I guess they worked together for a minute over on Podcast One. And now Stone Cold, I was able to get a recording of one of the early shows for the brand new Attitude Channel. Would you like to listen to Stone Cold on there?
I've got to hear this.
Now his partner here, who's going to sound a lot like you, strangely enough, is going to be Jeff Lane. And Jeff Lane's going to interject with stupid shit that really means nothing to try to get Stone Cold back on track, but he never really does.
I've heard Jeff and I sound a lot alike anyway, so that's cool.
It's not at all. Jeff Lane is a kiss-ass sycophantic piece of shit who does Russo's bidding for nothing. That's not you. All right, here's a little bit of the Stone Cold Steve Austin show on the Attitude Channel.
You're listening to the Attitude Channel. Swig of water for the working man. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin here on the Attitude Channel. Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, thank you, Jeff Lane. It's good to be with you here on the Attitude Channel. Goddamn, I hope you're able to download this shit. A lot of people have not. What the hell's going on, you son of a bitch? Get that computer shit right, goddamn it. Pissing me off a whole lot. Goddamn, the rattlesnake's ready today. what we're going to do here is we're going to look at a very rare pay-per-view you can't find anywhere. I got a link for it right there in Attitude Comments. This was called Wunderkind from Germany. You ever hear of this pay-per-view, Jeff Lane?
I do. I actually have it on VHS.
Goddamn, that is amazing. Jeff Lane, I almost forgot your name. Goddamn, that's crazier than shit.
How did I actually do that, Stone Cold? I'm hurt.
1998. It was sometime in August. What happened was we did this pay-per-view over in Germany, and it was called Wunderkind, and it was from this group called the Ensfrei of Hitlerhay. And I said, God damn, that's just a bunch of people like Hitler. And then Vince McMahon goes, well, God damn it, shut up. Their money spins. I said, you got that right, Vince. Let's go over there and we'll do it. We're going to do this goddamn pay-per-view. It's going to be good. So it's sort of like what he's going through now in Saudi Arabia. He just wants the goddamn money in his pocket, Jeff Lane. That's all he cares about. Goddamn, that's wild.
We always knew that, Stone Cold.
So what happened was I was over there in the main event, and they said, you're going to have to wrestle some German guy. And I said, God damn, I don't even know no German guys. And this guy named Mander Vandergleben was going to be in the main event. You ever heard of Mander Vandergleben?
It doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
I went there backstage. I said, Mander, God damn, what's your finish, kid? And Mander Vandergleben goes, well, what I do is I shit on your chest. And I went, God damn, that ain't going to happen. Nobody shits on Stone Cold's chest. You son of a bitch. So we had to work out something a little bit different. I said, God damn, Mander, I know y'all like do that weird sex stuff over there in Germany. That's some wild stuff. And then Vince Russo goes, bro, as long as they're not doing any gay stuff. And I went, shut up, get over here and suck my dick. And he went over there and said, okay, bro, I'll suck your dick. I said, You ain't even worth sucking my dick, you son of a bitch. And I smacked him, got him out of there. He was in that shitting on people's chests. He said, God damn, there ain't nothing the Bible says you can't shit on somebody's chest. And I went, well, wait a minute, hang on here. Ephesians 2:18, thou shalt not shit on my chest. You son of a bitch. I came up with Austin 3:16. I came up with Ephesians 2:18.
You're amazing, Stone Cold, with your Bible knowledge.
I know some biblical
I'm stunned.
shit. I know some
If
biblical
pardon
shit.
the pun.
You son of a bitch. What happened was I was on the road to one of them places. I was on it with Paul, and Paul goes, you go ahead and stun that son of a bitch. And I said, hell yeah. That's boom, I stunned his ass. And Jesus said, that was good. Jesus didn't say a whole lot, but he said that shit was good. So I said, Mander Vandergleben, God damn you son of a bitch, you will not shit on my chest. I'm going to get you with a goddamn stunner. And Mander goes, no, that will not work for us. We want you to have a draw, some sort of schmoz. God damn, I don't do schmozzes to some no-name son of a bitch from Germany. And then Vinny Rue goes, bro, I'm going to suck his dick. I said, quit sucking dicks, Vince. God damn, you son of a bitch. I can't believe all that shit. Had to knock the dick right out of his mouth. That German guy goes, this is not even a good blowjob. This is terrible. Is this what you do in America? I said, We give the best blowjobs in America. This guy just sucks at everything. Writing TV, being a husband, running a video store. He sucks at everything except being a pussy. He's pretty good at sucking a dick. But it's okay. He's medium. Medium. Like I said, now I don't know if you caught this in last week's episode. He was a little bit better than Deborah. But that's not the standard. That ain't the goddamn standard here on the Attitude Channel. Here's a tweet from somebody here. Says, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I love listening to you on the Attitude Channel. Goddamn, thank you, son. And it says, would you fuck Nia Jax? I went, hell no. Not with your dick, McMahon pushing, and Vinny Rue watching. Thanks for the tweet. Tweet for the working man. So let's do a watch along here. I'll put the link in there. There's the start of the match here from over in Germany. This Hitler friendly group was over there. And I said, when I started the match, I said, Vince, goddamn, do we really have to take the money from the Hitler group? He said, yes, we do. You son of a bitch. And I went, okay. Goddamn. Here I am circling around this Manchester Wanderglibber, sir. And now he's he come in there with, look at that straight right there. Goddamn, I about jacked his jaw on that one. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take a clothesline right out of the ring right there. Look at him climbing around that hurt like shit. Look at that right there.
Oh.
German guys always take them damn clotheslines out of the ring. Pretty funny. I'm looking around. They're spitting at me and stuff, and they're doing all sorts of chances. And they got their now look at this right here. Russo's going to run in. It's going to be a swastika on a pole match. God damn! I said, get out of here, Vince Russo, and suck my dick. And he goes, okay. I went, no, just kidding. Don't suck it. Get out of here. Pissed me off so bad I didn't know what to do. So it's a swastika on a pole match is what we're doing right now. And I get Manchester Wonder Gleeman up there. There's a suplex off that top turnbuckle. Look at that shit. God damn, I made that room. How about that shit right there? Is that wild?
Did they have to light the swastika on fire?
That was the thing that kind of bothered me a little bit, but they said, God damn, son, we got to do it.
Oh.
I said, okay.
Damn, those Germans.
Got another tweet here to read. It goes, Vince Russo. One time, it says, Vince Russo watched you shower one time in the locker room up in New Jersey. Tell me about that. And I was like, son, Vince, get the fuck out of here. Don't look at my rattlesnake. I'm going to smack you upside the head with it. You son of a bitch. I smacked him one time with the real Texas rattlesnake and broke his goddamn jaw. Did you know that?
This is the first time I've ever heard that one.
Vince Russo had to eat goddamn soup and pudding through a straw for 6 fucking months because Stone Cold Steve Austin dick whipped him. I said, it's my new finisher. It's the dick whip. Bam! And he goes, bro, that shit hurt. What am I going to do now? I can't suck dick anymore. I went, Too bad, you son of a bitch. Back to the action here as we go along. Now, I'm trying to climb the pole here to get the swastika. And here you go, Mance Wondergleeman is trying to get my pants down. And I went, bam, you don't do that. Don't ruin the gimmick, son. Big Show learned the hard way on that shit. Remember that time Big Show turned down? He like revealed my britches and it was my white ass. And I said, you son of a bitch. And I gave him a couple of potatoes. Bat, bat, bat. I don't give a shit if you are 7 foot, 500 pounds, you big son of a bitch. You ain't going to ruin the goddamn gimmick. What do you think of Mance Wondergleeman's physique here, Jeff Lane?
Oh, it's it's kind of what was that? The Alex guy that used to dance. What was his name?
Dancing Alex Wright. Like that son of a bitch a lot.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of him. A little bigger version of him.
Worked with him over there in WCW. Now you can see I'm doing the sell, big hard sell there on the back.
Big what?
Hard job. Hard job. God damn, I said hard job. I was thinking about Russo sucking my dick again. God damn. Jeff Lane, you're a son of a bitch. God damn. I'm selling this back. This motherfucker, by the way, he wasn't tough at all. This Mance Wondergleeman guy, I never heard of him since, but he wasn't worth a shit. He couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, this son of a bitch. So here he is. I'm selling off this suplex right here. God damn, I'm going to get up and start hitting him again. Couple of potato shots. Now he hit me for real, and I gave him a receipt. Look at that right there. God damn, open up a little bit. Look at that shit. That's hard.
Look at that.
I got back. Vince was pissed off. He said, you played that son of a bitch. I went, hell no. God damn, that's real. That's hard way, you son of a bitch. I'm going to throw him out of the ring again and start going to work on him here. Start working on them stairs. Bam, bam, bam. Got another tweet. Dear Stone Cold, how much dick did Vince Russo suck when he was in Germany? God, it was a bunch. Every guy named, like one night he went, bro, every guy named Hans, I'm going to suck his dick. I went, okay, Vince, your funeral. You remember that crazy ass rumor that went around back in the 70s about Elton John and Rod Stewart?
Yes.
They really did have to pump his stomach that night. It was unbelievable.
No.
Bro, you know how much semen was in my stomach? I went, Austin 316 says, I don't give a shit about your dick sucking. Now back to the match here. We're following along in live. This is a good watch along, isn't it, Jeff Lane?
Ooh, I'm glad I'm still watching it because I was afraid you lost track there, Stone Cold.
I got him in there. I throw Mance Wondergleeman in here. Now you're going to see what they call this. This is a good faction over here. They call them the Third Reich. They get in there, start interfering. There's the bell. We got a schmoz. And Stone Cold starts pounding these guys, pounding the shit out of these guys. And I come through. It's about like Captain America, World War II. I took that goddamn swastika. I threw it out in the crowd. And that was good. Goddamn, that was a good main event, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Why ain't this shit on Peacock?
It's a good question.
I can't believe you still got the VHS copy of it because you're a
I-
real
I-
fan, Jeff Lane.
Hey, I've been offered a lot of money for that VHS copy.
Did you get offered a lot of Deutschmarks? See what I
Deutsch
did
what?
there?
I
God,
never.
Deutschmarks. God damn, you're a mark. These German guys, they're Deutschmarks. God damn, see what I did there, son of a bitch.
You're welcome.
Hey, did I tell you I was deer hunting with Teddy the other day and he shot his balls off?
No, you didn't tell me this.
I was down there in Nevada, or the Broken Skull Ranch. We was hunting for deer, and he goes, "Bam!" And he goes, "Stone cold." I shot my nuts off. But goddamn, Teddy, you shot your nuts off.
So he literally shot his nuts off.
He shot his nuts off.
Ah.
Goddamn! I said, we can't even attach that shit. Oh, give me some of that Gorilla Glue, Teddy. Oh. And then I drove back to the ranch instead of putting his nuts back together. Me and Kristen went to Bath and Body Works and got her some goddamn bath salts. That wild.
Well, that's about par for the course there, Stone Cold.
Goddamn, that was good out there, wasn't it? Let's go wrap up another watch along with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Keep it here, right here on the Attitude Channel for more good shit. We'll see you later, because I said so.
Damn, that was amazing. I mean, I didn't think. That's some crazy shit that they were doing over. I didn't know that there was a German pay-per-view or anything like
I
that.
had no idea. And
Did you try to Google that Mance Wonderlieben guy?
I didn't know how to spell it.
That's crazy. And see, now everybody thinks that it's kind of a new thing for Vince to accept a lot of money from these questionable groups like the Saudi Arabians, right?
Right.
But apparently he was accepting money from neo-Nazis as far back as 1998. I mean, that's according to Stone Cold.
But are we really shocked?
Not terribly shocked. I got to be honest
No.
with you.
No.
Speaking of accepting money from questionable sources, this is really the oddest thing. Do you know that Vincent Kennedy McMahon has a new show on the Attitude Channel?
You're kidding. Vince was able to get Big Vince to come on and do a show. Wow.
I was shocked myself, but man, when you hear the content that Vince McMahon puts on the Vince McMahon show on the Attitude Channel,
and you've heard some of this already? I'm assuming.
As it turns out, I've got a recording right here.
No.
Yeah, it's Vince McMahon with Jeff Lane,
Once
and
again.
it's crazy how Jeff Lane is able to be a part of all this shit right now. I mean, it's stunning, isn't it?
He's a regular Conrad Thompson.
He is, except 300 pounds lighter and less diabetic, and his father-in-law may not be as big an asshole as we think. So yeah, you got to hear some. This is an amazing. You're going to hear some shit on this Vince McMahon show, on the Attitude Channel that's never been heard before.
I can't wait.
You ready?
I can't imagine, but I'm ready.
You're listening to the Attitude Channel. This is Vincent Kennedy McMahon on the Attitude Channel with the Vince McMahon Show. How you sons of bitches doing? God damn. I hate each and every one of you. You sons of bitches. How you doing there, Jeff Lane?
I'm doing okay, Vince, or Mr. McMahon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When I called you Vince earlier in the hallway, you called me a mark. You told me
like
to
a
go the
man.
fuck away. Yeah, I know.
Act like a man, you son of a bitch.
I know it.
Today we're going to review something that happened just a couple of years ago. It's the first time I've spoken on the subject. October 31st, 2019. The night I stranded a bunch of WWE superstars in Saudi Arabia. Can you believe I'm going to talk about this shit?
I'm stunned. I don't know what to say. I can't
stunned.
wait. My ears are perked, Mr. McMahon.
The way that Stone Cold stuns people, I just stunned you.
You did.
Stone Cold ain't shit. The day was October the 31st, 2019. And there we were in Saudi Arabia, getting ready to present Crown Jewel. I think it was Crown Jewel. It might have been the greatest Royal Rumble. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. All I got was my money, and I don't give a fuck. You understand me? I was backstage planning for the big event. Some of my workers were back there, and I went up to Prince Haba Hiba. I don't know what the fucker's name was. I went, look here. Ahab the Arab.
Damn.
King of the Burning Sands. What? What are you laughing at? God damn it.
I'm just. Herman Munster just came to mind. Is all. I'm sorry.
Jeff Lane, you need to keep some of your goddamn dignity. This is a real podcast here on the Attitude Channel.
Sorry, Mr. McMahon. I'll
Yeah.
do better. I'll
Keep
do
your shit
best.
together.
I'll do best.
Yeah. Do best. I see what you did there. Be a star, you piece of shit. How do you like our Connor's Cure this year? You like that?
I wish you'd talk some more about it. I don't know much of what's going on with it.
We're going to keep those little bastards from dying of flu or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what we're doing. We're saving them, though. We're doing a good job.
You are doing a good job, Mr. McMahon. I will say that.
I like it when we had
I
Nick
do like
Gas.
Connor's Cure. Out of all the things you guys do, I am a big Connor's Cure fan. So
We like it because we saved those little bastards from, what are we saving them from again? Ptomaine poisoning? That's some shit.
okay, thank you, Mr.
I like
McMahon.
it when we had Nikki Ass up there. And then her name Nikki Ass.
No, Mr. McMahon, I think it's ASH.
We had Nikki Ass up
Ash.
there last week, and she
Ash.
was talking about, oh, I like the little children. I don't want the little children to go into puke and die. And I'm like, you go, girl. And then Rhea
Mr.
Ripley
McMahon,
was-
can I just interject here? That was one of the best impersonations of Nikki Cross I've ever heard. That was fabulous.
A lot of people don't know I can do the voices. I can do a lot of the voices. Shit.
Swear.
And Nikki's up there going, I don't want the little children today of hangnails or whatever the fuck they are. Oh, the poor little children, the little hangnails, and they're bleeding all over that place. And I went, God damn, you're making me cry. I haven't cried this hard since Shawn Michaels refused to have sex with me that night. God.
Oh no.
It was a crazy night. Back in 1997, Shawn said, I'm not going to fuck you anymore, Vince. And I went, well, you know what that means? I'm going to have to get Vince Russo to suck my dick again. It's a long, far second to you fucking me. But he goes, Shawn said, I am not going to do it anymore. And I went, okay. And why are you not doing it? Because I know Vince Russo over there, he's not going to do it in a couple of years because of Jesus. Is it because of you're going to Jesus? He goes, I haven't even found Jesus yet, but I'll look for a Bible and maybe find it. It was amazing how, ever tell this story about how Shawn Michaels came to Jesus?
No, please.
It was right after he came on Sonny, and then he came to Jesus. He started looking around for a towel to dry the cum off of Sonny, and he looked right there in the hotel, and there was a Bible. He started reading it. Next thing you know, he loved the Lord. And that's some crazy ass shit.
How about that? Never knew that.
I spanked it to one of those Tammy Sitch pornos over on Pornhub. God damn it, that's good shit. Anyway, I was in Saudi Arabia, and I went up to King Nasir Habib, whatever his name was, and I said, you better give me your goddamn money for the goddamn TV show, or we're going to have some fucking problems here, pal. And he goes, it's another good voice that I do. How about that shit?
Stunning, once
Yeah.
again. I hate to use that word, but it was stunning.
He went, and I will, God damn it. I said, Prince Nahima Labba Dabba 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 Doo, let me tell you something. Give me the goddamn check or we're going to have some problems. We're going to cease transmission of the greatest, what is it we're doing? Greatest Royal Rumble.
Crown jewel ever.
Whatever the fuck we're doing. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. And he says, let me tell you something. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you are already in a lot of trouble because your employee here, Vince Russo, who doesn't even work for you anymore, but he snuck over on the train. He was caught sucking a lot of dick over here, and that is considered an awful sin, and it can get you killed over here in Saudi Arabia. But God damn it! How did Vince Russo get over on this plane? Somebody tell me now. Somebody was checking something. And I said, Vinny Roo, have you been sucking some Arab dick? And he said, yeah. And I said, God damn it, we're in big trouble now. So I got that straightened out. And I said, look here. You give me that goddamn check, Prince Nahiba, or we're going to have some real trouble. And he said, oh! And I said, okay, I'm leaving. So I got Pritchard, got his fat ass. I said, get in the plane. Was Pritchard working for me then? I can't even remember.
Probably.
Maybe, I don't know. I got another fat ass that looked like Pritchard. We got into the plane. Brock got his plane. And Something else happened. Oh yeah, Brock and
Hey,
Heyman got an airplane.
I was gonna say
Took off.
Heyman was there, wasn't he, Mr. McMahon?
Yeah, Heyman was there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what's going to happen here is they're going to get mad at me, and I'll go, look, there's a Jew. And then they'll go, oh, and then they'll divert all the attention away from me.
Oh, the old squirrel
Always
trick. I got you.
You know, my dad didn't tell me a whole lot of shit because he basically disowned me. And then I made him like give me a bunch of money and sell the whole thing to him. And he always said to me, Vince, if you got a Jew around, push him in traffic. It'll help out. And that's what I did. So I got on the, they were like, Jew. And I got on my plane and I went home. And then somebody said to me, you know what? I think they're keeping a bunch of those superstars over there hostage. And I went, God damn it. I wish I gave a shit about those people. It was, I think Gallows was there. Anderson was there. Yeah. I think Alan Jones, I think Styles was there.
Bobby Roode was there. I mean,
yeah, so I don't give a shit about those guys. Some of those guys were there to give a shit. And they were like, well, if they keep them too long, you're not going to be able to do SmackDown. I said, fuck it. God damn it, we can't do SmackDown. And then somebody goes, what about the NXT guys? What are you talking about? What is NXT? And then somebody explained to me what NXT was. I thought it was that little train set I gave Levesque to play with. It was. That's what it was. I'm like, God damn it. All right. Get those NXT guys on a plane. Get them up to Buffalo. And as soon as somebody goes, what if the Saudis end up slaughtering all those motherfuckers? I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about my employees. I don't give a shit about my contractors. Fuck them. But I love them like they're children. You know, when I get them back, and you've seen me there for Hall of Fame weekend. You've seen that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I have.
And I hug them and I cry and I go, God, I love you so much. And it's fake as fuck. Fake as fuck. I don't care. I didn't give a shit if they took them out to a soccer stadium and just murdered the fuck out of them. Which I think is what that guy was telling me when he said, but I can't. I don't speak Arab. Can't speak it. Not a bit of it. Not 1 second of it.
But so you were able to make that contract work with them, right?
God
you
damn
were able
right.
To, you know, people just enough. I admire you.
Give me the money. People are like, what about that Khashoggi guy they murdered? And I said, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about Khashoggi. Just give me my money. That's all I give a shit about. So we got the people up in NXT, and they did the show up there, and I guess it turned out okay. Didn't we have that big-ass Keith Lee? Wasn't that the night that Keith Lee really got over or some shit like that? And that Riddle guy, we got him over big time.
You are right. You are correct.
I said,
you only went with one of them, though, actually, in the long run.
Is that what I went with?
I think you went with one of them, not both of them.
Yeah, it turned out it was a white guy. Who knew?
How about that?
That's some wild shit. I got Russo on the plane because he had sucked so much dick they were going to kill him. Over in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's where the Saudis and Russo are exactly alike. They both hate the gays a lot, but it turns out they're both super gay. Did you know that? Isn't that wild?
Super gay.
Yeah, super gay. That's what that one guy was saying when he went, I want to suck Russo's dick. And I went, go at it. Do something with it. His wife ain't using it.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Oh, shit. I love that. So we got back home. I did the show. And we had Keith Lee. And he looked like he was going to be over. And I said, goddamn, how can I kill that push? Got to kill it.
You did an excellent job, Mr. McMahon, by the way.
I did a good push with it. I said, you got him there. Then I had Otis. And Otis was over. And I said, well, they can't accuse me of racism if I fuck both of them. So I said, God damn it. They don't know how to work. Bruce, they don't know how to work. Get them down to NXT and make them do planches and shit. So they did. And I effectively killed both of their pushes. How about that? Is that wild?
I'd have never known, Mr. McMahon. I'm glad you explained that.
So when you hear Dave Meltzer and all these other people talking about the Saudi thing, you can see how they got it wrong. By the way, I don't even know who Dave Meltzer is. I certainly wasn't talking to him on a weekly basis for a while and wanted to employ him. He could suck my... Hey. You know those two assholes that do that Katie Vick is Alive podcast?
I think I'm aware of them.
I heard that they knew Bruce Mitchell. You know who Bruce Mitchell is?
I'm aware of him, too. Doesn't he talk shit about people that just died and stuff?
Yeah, it's the worst. What a son of... I flushed a turd that was worth more than Bruce Mitchell was last week. Bruce
So you're aware of
Mitchell-
this guy. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know who he is, but I'm going to talk extensively about him. In fact, I had a jobber on TV that was named Bruce Mitchell because he didn't bother me so much.
Ah,
Bruce Mitchell is a piece of shit. He sucks. I'm glad you're out of the wrestling business, Bruce Mitchell, over some completely factual and completely legitimate questions that you brought up. You son of a bitch. Even though I've never heard of you in my entire life and I don't give a shit about you, I'll piss on your grave. That's how much I don't care about you. I aggressively don't care about you. You Bruce Mitchell piece of shit. Jeff Lane.
yes, yes.
I was looking through Instagram. That's one of the things. I don't know if you know about
Really?
this. It's what the kids use.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know you. I didn't realize you even knew what it was, much less looked at it. Okay.
Well, I'm on the cutting edge of everything. You know, these kids have just discovered Instagram, and now I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm impressed. I guess, Mr. McMahon.
I want you to go look at that. You can go look at it while we're looking at it. That picture
Okay.
of Andrade,
Mhm.
whatever the fuck they're calling that Mexican guy now. Andrade Super.
L something.
Andrade, go pull my weeds. I don't know what to call it. I had it before he left. I was going to put him in the biggest push ever, and now the son of a bitch is doing nothing over there for that. Shaka Khan or whatever the fucker's name is. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
going to remake. This is what I was going to do.
Shaka Khan. That's it. That's it. By the way.
Yeah, fucking Shaka Khan. Tell you what. Shaka
I mean, Rocky.
Khan. I was going to put Andrade in a brand new version of the Mexicals.
Oh,
Have
nice.
a nice John Deere mower running around doing shit. Wasn't that going to be awesome?
No, well, who else would it have been? Just him by himself, or would he had a whole or a tag team partner, or
It'd be a faction of
a whole faction?
We're going to have them backstage, be like, should you guys be doing some yard work? And they're going to be asleep. It was going to be fantastic. It's going to be fucking hilarious. And it would be owning the libs. Sons of bitches. They would have loved it. You see
2 for 1, Mr. McMahon. 2 for 1.
You see that next to last pose? That picture?
Yes, I did actually. I was just
You see who's
looking
in
at
that goddamn picture with him?
Of course.
Charlotte fucking Flair.
Yes. Why wouldn't she be? You know they're married, right, Mr. McMahon?
Look, but yeah, they can be married. I don't give a shit. I'd like to see some of the video of that shit. That'd be good.
Well, you're married, so you ought to know how marriage works.
Sure. I'm married. Let's go with that. So Charlotte Flair is wearing a WWE hat. And then Andrade is wearing a hat from Shaka Khan's promotion. This bitch is just trying to get fired at this point, isn't she?
So I just want to clear something up. Now, is this? I didn't think that other promotion meant anything. I thought they were just like chumps.
I don't give a shit about All Elite Wrestling, and I've never heard of them, and I don't care about them. That's
Okay.
why I'm going to fire this bitch the next time I see her. It's because she was in a picture that went to millions of people with a goddamn AEW hat on next to her husband who she sleeps next to. That son of a bitch.
Just a question: if he worked for ROH, would you still want to fire her for having her picture made with him?
I've never even heard of ROH. I don't know what that was.
Okay.
Even
I
though
should have
we
known.
worked on them on many occasions, and
That was
basically
my bad. That was a dumb question on my part.
we
Mr.
basically
McMahon.
stole the
I
NXT
apologize.
concept away from ROH, but I don't even know who they are. What is ROH? I don't even know what that is.
That's okay. I don't. It's a long story.
Really old hamburgers? I don't know what the fuck that is. How do I know what that is?
Actually, Mr. McMahon, it's Ring of Honor Wrestling. It's another promotion. Actually, is what it is.
Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit. I know exactly who they are, but I'm going to pretend I don't know. Larry, look at her rubbing her nose. That's rubbing my nose in shit. She wants to get fired. She wants me to go up to her and go, yeah. Fire. How about that old man of hers, huh? What a piece of shit that guy turned out to be.
Yeah. I will. I'll say, Mr. McMahon, you make him look pretty good, or he makes you look pretty good, rather.
So, Ric Flair, in case you missed it, he was on this thing called Dark Side of the Ring, which again I've never heard of in my life and I have no idea about it. on this episode called Plane Ride from Hell, which again I've never heard of and won't acknowledge. And I've signed several NDAs claiming the same fucking thing. Ric Flair swung his dick at a flight attendant and backed her into a corner and told her to touch his dick. And then she got sued for it. Of course, I had to pay for another Ric Flair's messes. Ric Flair would go into a floor, take a shit, and then Vinnie Mac would have to come in and clean up the day and save the day. That's another time I had to do it. Can you believe that shit?
That's unbelievable.
First of all, if Ric Flair was still working for me in World Wrestling Entertainment and he harassed a woman like that, I'd give him a fucking raise. Here's more money, you son of a bitch. Even though I know you're going to blow it because you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, Ric Flair.
Trish Stratus, line 2, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. And so he asked me to release him, blah, blah, blah. He was going to make so much money with Shaka Khan. Now he's fucked. Now he's blowing up my phone. Please hire me. Please hire me back. Please hire listen, McMahon, please hire me back. Woo! Please hire me back. I'll do anything. I'll even let Vince Russo suck my dick like he wants to. Woo! I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't get back with me, you son of a bitch. And now his daughter's trying to get fired. She's trying to get me to go, you're fired. So she can go over there and work for that promotion I've never even heard of and don't even care about. Let me tell you something. Toots, you're in cahoots with me for life. And I'm going to find you, and I'm going to fucking bury you, and I'm going to make you wish you were never born, you whore. Otherwise, I love Charlotte Flair. She's a fantastic performer, one of the finest ones we've ever had, and she's in a great place here at WWE, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, she's a staple. She's a staple in your promotion there, Mr. McMahon. She truly is.
I should have let what is it? Am I calling her Alexa Bliss or is it something else I'm calling her? I don't call it.
I'm not sure what we're calling her now.
I'm gonna get Alexa Bliss back to being hot again. You mark my words. Mark my words. And I'm gonna get her to slap around Charlotte Flair and take the 1-2. Take the pin, you bitch. Take it. Take the pin. God damn. I want to thank Vince Russo for having me on the Attitude Channel. Got some new content coming up very, very soon here on the Attitude Channel. And I'm glad we set some shit straight right here on Vince's Russo's Attitude Channel. Goddamn, this is Vince McMahon saying good night and suck my dick. Jeez, I got to tell you, that was even better than the last week, I think.
Woo. That was
I'm
off
glad
the
he
chain.
set all the rumors straight about what happened in Saudi Arabia with those guys being in prison and stuff.
I'm glad we finally at least got the, I don't know, I guess this is truth. I'll take him at his word.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's on the Attitude Channel. He's a free speech guru.
It's free speech. That's what I was going to say. I mean, that's what it's all about over there. So, you know.
Jeez Louise, man. Those guys are something. I don't know how much it costs to sign up for the Attitude Channel, but I would fucking do it right now. I'm going to go over and look.
Open the wallet right now.
Let me see what Realm Network shows when you try to bring it up, because it's bullshit. It's like the worst shit in the history of the world.
You know, I'm impressed that Mr. McMahon knew how to use the term content.
That was amazing to me.
They taught him a lot over there, I guess.
He's also up with Instagram, which is pretty cool. So I don't think he has
no doubt.
Let me see if I can even try to, like, if I even try to sign up on Vince Russo's Attitude Channel. I don't even know. Attitude Channel. Can you even sign up for anything right now, or is Jeff Lane still pulling the? Oh, here we go. Okay. If you go to russobrand.com, it's called Channel Attitude. So there you go. And I don't know how much
Attitude.
I don't know how much it costs. Where's the whatever it costs, it's worth it. Just air content like you just heard.
So like I said, just open the wallet, whatever it is.
I don't give a shit. It says it's got this thing called the Castrating the Marks, which is where they go after like Wade and David Meltzer. And but I still can't figure out how to sign up for shit. There's like nothing on this website that tells you shit because geez, God bless
you. I'm not a professional in setting up websites and stuff, but I don't know. I would think it would be rule number one to have it, readily available for people to sign up if you're trying to get money from people.
I'm gonna
Just me. I don't know.
I'm gonna show you not that. I'm gonna show you something in just a second that you're gonna be amazed by, and this is gonna be for people that are gonna watch this later on. When you try to go to log in on Vince Russo's Attitude channel or Channel Attitude, whatever the fuck it is.
Channel Attitude.
This is what you get. You can read it for yourself, and people who are watching this will be able to. It says, we
Oh,
are
look at
resolving some issues, and it's got like a monkey or something with some headphones
that.
on.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell?
We are
Kind of
resolving
appropriate,
some issues. Not receiving password reset email. Some of you found it in spam. Please check again to see if you already did. Try to get password reset, but it says invalid email. So it's like, I don't know.
$30,000, son. Right
And
there.
counting. Oh, please let this end up in a lawsuit. Okay. I'm just going to admit up front, I really haven't seen much of Extreme Rules. What did you think of Extreme Rules?
It was okay. I mean, I've listened to some other people on TikTok and stuff say they didn't expect much, but the matches were good and it was kind of, whatever. The matches were okay, but it was nothing special to me. I tell you, man, it's gotten to the point with me, and we probably talked about this before, that all these pay-per-views like this, they don't mean shit to me. They're like a Raw or SmackDown plus.
Yeah.
Plus being, not even that sometimes. Maybe it's just another Raw or SmackDown, but it's just the SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, maybe Survivor Series.
The Big
Survivor
Four.
Series is Big Four, but I tell you, man, don't you think Survivor Series just kind of went the last few years?
Well, again, when they don't have the original concept and the teams fighting and stuff like
right,
that.
I think that's everything to do with it, yeah.
And then they have to book themselves into these Extreme Rules things and try to have resolutions like TLC. It's almost like TLC. Like TLC and Extreme Rules to me are the same thing.
It is. And
same.
honestly, you say you hadn't seen it a whole lot, but the Extreme Rules, I didn't really see a whole lot of extreme ruling going on.
Listen to this. PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, has issued a statement regarding an assault that took place at Sunday's Tremendous 6 event. Have you heard about this?
No, I have not.
A transgender fan tweeted on Sunday that someone punched her in the back of the head while she was on her way to the bathroom before Tremendous 6 started. The show was held at the Globe Theater in Los Angeles. On Monday, PWG issued a statement. We are aware of the incident that was reported on Twitter last night during Tremendous 6. Upon learning of the report, we immediately contacted the security and management of the Globe Theater, who investigated throughout the remainder of the night. No report was made to Globe or PWG staff or management last night. However, we are in contact with the victim and working closely with the Globe to address the situation. PWG is committed to being a safe and inclusive environment for all fans. We abhor and will not tolerate physical violence at our events. Wow.
Well, if everything about that, and I'm sorry to be Mr. Skeptical here, but if everything about that is true, then good for PWG. That's a great move on their part. I admire them for that. However,
can you imagine if the same thing would have happened in WWE if they had had a similar situation?
Oh, it probably wouldn't even. We wouldn't even heard about it. Probably.
I think they made it up. I don't even give a shit about it. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they would automatically come to that assumption, and I feel like I'm sounding like that by being skeptical, but you never know. But like I said, if it is the truth, then I'm glad that they did what they did. PWG, that is.
Yeah, I wonder if we could go back and we could check out how Vince McMahon. I don't think WWE really took a side when we were doing our whole pecker checker thing back in 2016 here in North Carolina.
No.
People find this really hard to believe. It's even been 5 years later, but we had, and this was kind of all the rage, but North Carolina took it to like the extreme, pardon the pun. We made it like into a state law that you were going to have to use the bathroom that was whatever that coincided or correlated with whatever was on your birth certificate. And we were going to try to enforce this. I don't know how we were going to try to enforce it, but it became a thing.
And there's so many things wrong with that, but just
a million.
Oh my God, man! But just to me, the most ridiculous thing, imagining that scenario.
Right?
Can you imagine, like at a concert or any kind of event, something like a concert?
Yeah. 20,000 people or something.
Yeah, and these dudes walking in, and here comes this lady walking in, and they're amongst all these, God knows how they feel about this stuff, men, they're setting themselves up to get fucking plastered, unfortunately. That's what was happening. And that's what got me. I mean, I can't imagine them saying that thought didn't go through their head when they made that law.
The Vince Russos of the world imagined that somebody who wanted to rape a woman would somehow become transgender so that they could worm their way into a women's restroom where they would attack a woman.
Well, that happens all the time.
It's never been recorded anywhere. This has happened in any way, shape, or form. But our governor at the time, Pat McCrory, was fully behind this, and it cost me a Pearl Jam show in Raleigh, and it cost a lot of people a Bruce Springsteen show at the Greensboro Coliseum, and it cost thousands of jobs.
There was a bunch of job, and I was going to say there's several other, lower on the card,
huge. There were a lot of things
too. Yeah,
PayPal was coming to Charlotte with like a big processing center, and they were like, "We're out."
Sorry. That's right. I forgot about the PayPal. God,
we're done.
Yes.
Kind of a big company, kind of a big deal.
Kind of. So
this is how Extreme Rules went down. Liv Morgan defeated Carmella.
I didn't see that one. That was the pre-show, I think.
That was the pre-show. New Day defeats Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos. I saw some of that. That was a pretty good match.
That for a 6-man tag match, and most of y'all know that I'm not a big fan of that, but I like that match actually. It might have been my favorite match.
How about that? The Usos defeated the Street Profits. I think the Usos are incapable of having a bad match.
That was a good match.
And those guys can work. I mean, they match up really well with those two guys, Montez, and they're very athletic, so they can do a lot of shit with those guys.
I knew that was going to be the case going into it. It was just setting up perfectly for something like that, and it paid off, man. I thought it was good.
Charlotte Flair over Alexa Bliss in a match that not really anybody cared about.
Dude, the post. Have you seen this? Have you seen that one at all?
No. I got to see it. So, there's like an afterbirth on this thing.
Yes, after the match, I don't know if you saw the day when they showed the highlights tonight on Raw.
Some of the highlights,
Charlotte, when she ripped Lily up and stuff, and Alexa went ballistic, and it was normally Alexa is pretty good at all that acting and stuff, but it was just a little stupid and over the top. And then apparently she had you could see it a couple of times if you ever go back and watch the pay-per-view. It was like some big Alka-Seltzer in her mouth. Like at some point she was going to start foaming at the mouth.
Holy
but
shit.
It never foamed. And it kept showing this close-up of her face, and you could clearly see that big Alka-Seltzer looking thing on her tongue.
Like the tablet? You can see like
the tablet. Yeah, and it's like foaming just a little bit, but not enough to make you had to be zoomed in like we were to even see it. So I don't know what the whole purpose was in that, just at whatever point she was supposed to start foaming, but it did not work. It drug on forever. The crowd was like dead silent, and it was horrific, man. It was just horrible.
Do you think she's tanking it because she's tired of doing the fucking character? She might be tanking it.
I hope so. Good for her. Good for her if she is doing that.
I
think everybody's ready for her to tank that shit.
It's over. I want a hot Alexa back.
Golly, man.
What's the verdict on Mandy being a brunette now?
I like it. My verdict is yay.
I'm surprised, but I'm not. This new NXT 2.0. I don't know, man.
I'm going to give it time. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I'm gonna let them play because I figure the first 2 weeks they're trying to showcase everybody they have. They're trying to ramrod it down our throats, or like one after the other. Here comes somebody else. Oh, here's somebody else. There's somebody else. Another faction. That's what it seemed like last couple of weeks. And I'm going to let them tone it down, get it to where it's got a flow to it, and I'll judge. But I'm going to hold back judgment right now. I don't know what to really think, what to really make of it right now, to be honest.
A lot of people,
but you don't like it.
Well, I just know it's going to be Vince and fucking it's going to be Vince and Bruce's little playground to fuck it up. And they started off the whole new era with a wedding. So I'm kind of like,
well, that didn't help. That just wasn't good. What do you think about Steiner's kid?
That's what I was going to say. Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be liking him a lot. He's fun.
He's Rick's kid, but he looks like Scott. and talks like
yeah,
Scott.
I see your point. I mean, I always think like, obviously a guy like him, he'd be great to work with LA Knight. He'd be great to work with Cameron. You know, both those guys can work with anybody. And it's like,
Oh yeah,
I kind of, the problem with LA Knight and Cameron is they work so well with that program together. It's like, I could see them wrestle each other for like 3 more years and not get tired of it. But
Like-
you gotta kind of move them around and do other stuff and things like
Right.
that. But it's like, goddamn, I could watch LA Knight and Cameron just wrestle each other forever.
and their promos are great too. You know,
I know. Fucking, I love what Cameron is doing with that character. Like he's like full on super hype babyface. When you guys see him turn heel, it's going to be so good. He can be such a great heel. You guys are going to be Trevor is so good at being a heel.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. What do we got? Damian Priest defeats Jeff Hardy and Sheamus in the United States Championship match. Anything about that one? It does seem like Damian Priest he's on the come.
Yes, definitely. I'm a little tired of him and Sheamus going out. I'm ready for some new blood here, but yeah.
I saw the promo tonight. Are they trying to turn Karrion Kross and kind of fit him into the Malachi Black spot kind of?
Man, I don't know, dude.
That's kind of what it looks like.
That whole Karrion Kross thing is just, I think it's a disaster. I don't know. First of all,
Feels like it.
where's Scarlett? Is she really injured? I don't know. No, I haven't really seen, but I'm sorry, but she is like half of his gimmick to me.
Yeah. She's like more over than he is.
To me, she is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not bad, but he's not like, he doesn't stand out to me, you know?
Who was it? Who was the blonde in AEW? And we were always like, well, she's way over than the guy.
Oh, was that Penelope over?
Yeah.
What's his face?
It's like a dual thing. Penelope's like so much further over. It's the same thing over here.
Well, you see where he is now, and she's still there.
Yeah.
So
it's bizarre. Becky Lynch over Bianca Belair. It's a no contest. Did Becky cheat? I'm guessing.
no. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go for it.
You want a spoiler?
Spoiler.
Sasha interferes.
Oh.
And takes both of them out. Actually,
that's weird.
She starts with Bianca, but then she takes Becky out too before she walks out. So I guess it's going to be an old school Becky, old school NXT with Becky Lynch and Sasha next.
Roman Reigns defeats the Demon Finn Balor. Was there any help,
man,
in that match?
I don't know what to make of this one. The match itself was okay. I mean, the wrestling part, they're good. But the ending was just atrocious. The Usos come down and start taking out Balor, start beating him up on the outside, and all of a sudden, like, Balor's down, right? Balor's and they thought he's just out. All of a sudden, the lights start flickering, and it's like a heartbeat. Da-doom, da-doom, da-doom. And all of a sudden, he just pops up. Balor does out of nowhere and just takes everybody out, and is just going ballistic. And gets up on the top rope and is getting ready to do the coup de grace on Roman. And the fucking top rope just collapses. It's like a Big Show, whoever it was, match when the ring collapsed. But it was like the top rope just collapsed and he falls off. And then Roman, spears him or something. I bet he pins him. It was just the weirdest, stupid thing I've ever seen, man. I mean, God damn.
That sounds pretty dumb. Two other things. We haven't talked about Grand Slam. Did you enjoy Grand Slam last week from the Arthur Ashe Tennis Center in Queens?
I did. Our boy Colton went there, and he sat on the ramp, like coming down the ramp. He sat like on the side of the ramp in front of the announce desk. So he was almost literally in Shivani's lap. I mean, he had the best seats for that shit. But yes, I did enjoy Rampage and
there's some good matches.
Dynamite. There
were some good matches. And I thought MJF would not be able to get them to boo, but he did. He was very, very good.
Yeah, I was impressed, man.
Yeah, there was some outstanding shit there for sure. And I guess there's a crisis because Cody was booed.
Well, I don't. Is it? It's almost like they expected it, though, don't you think? That's what it seemed like.
I don't
AEW
know.
expected that to happen.
All I know is that shitty reality show is like, as we record this, debuting tomorrow night, and I think that thing's going to be dreadful.
Are you gonna try to watch it, or are you just gonna assume?
I have to. It's gonna be like no. It's got to be like it's a train wreck. You have to watch. I mean, you got it's like a car crash. You have to watch it.
Yeah, you're right. Dude. You know, if there's one thing I think I might be looking forward to if I do end up watching it is like some of the people that come on it, like.
That's the stupidest thing. Is it's like, hey, we need a crib put together. Here's Ricky Starks. He shows up with a screwdriver, which, by the way, it's totally natural.
Well,
that's
that
what
part's
happens.
Stupid. That part's stupid. Yes,
they do.
But I just like, yeah, right. But I just think the other people showcasing them, excuse me, showcasing themselves on there instead of just
that's what they do.
Make it a little bit better.
They get some FaceTime. It's like, oh man, we have a bat up in the attic. Can Frankie Kazarian help us? Oh, he's showing up. Turns out he's a bat expert. He used to be like a pest removal guy.
That's why they call me Batman.
Thing. I can't wait for that shit.
Yeah, man.
And then somebody's gonna say something to fucking Brandy and piss her off, and she's got pregnancy hormones and shit. And then
yeah, it's I don't know how many episodes I'll be able to stand. Let me just say this: when I started watching Ms. and Mrs. show,
yes,
that was pretty good. But it's like got to the point now; it's like already run its course.
They've done everything they could possibly do.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's just like all it is now is one of the girls shit in the corner, and that's like half the episode or something, right?
Yes, pretty much.
Oh my God, the 1-year-old's birthday party is wrecked. What are we gonna do? You know, it's like he runs around town, tries to fix it and shit.
Yeah, it's becoming more contrived as they go on. It seems like to me, and I just
the first season on Ms. and Miss when they had like her mom doing wacky shit, that was great. And then it's like season 2. Okay, that worked so well. We're gonna get Mrs. Dad to do crazy shit. It was like, okay, well,
yeah, that didn't.
I love him, but no, sorry,
that's
not gonna work for me. Any other closing thoughts on another award-winning episode of Katie Vick is Alive?
Draft coming up. Anything special you're thinking about?
I keep seeing all these things about who could benefit from going here and going there, and I think what Vince McMahon is doing now is he's basically there's this tug of war between Comcast, Universal, and 21st over these guys are bitching because they want this person on their show, and all the rumors about why didn't you try to sign CM Punk and blah blah and this, that, and the third. So Vince McMahon's life, and it's hell. I hope he's taking, because he has to take these calls, I think, or I don't think Nick Khan can run interference for him forever. Is like Fox trying to figure out how we can align stars here, USA finding out why can't we have this guy here. But
dude, didn't we predict this a long time ago when there were two different networks? There were at some point they were going to start saying, we want this guy, why can't we have this guy?
It's always but then it kind of felt like when they made the switch on NFL, and the Sunday night game became the more prominent game over Monday Night Football, right? So NBC obviously was going to be showing favoritism because they were paying more money and it was going to be a Sunday night thing. Well, all of a sudden, ESPN and ABC are like, we're paying pretty good money. We should probably get a little bit better juice out of this than we are. And the schedule on Monday Night Football is never as good as Sunday night is. Sunday night gets to flex games later on in the year and all that shit. But yeah, you're constantly having to work that thing out. And it's even worse because, in this case, you're not scheduling matches months and months and months ahead of time. You could change things on the fly. And they're like, and if USA, they're paying a lot of money, they go, if we're going to end up buying you, you're going to have to do some shit for us. We would like to see Roman Reigns a lot more on Monday night. If you could, we're going to need that to happen. And like, Jesus, the Roman Reigns magic can only be extended so far.
Right. Well, I just, I don't know. I think I just think it's sad that it's come down to, it used to be just like, how could we shuffle these guys around to just freshen things up? And then now it's come down to what all you just said. It's so meticulous about how they have to do it now, trying to please people and that sort of shit on top of trying to shake things up.
But it's funny too. It's like
it is funny.
That's his life. He got all this money coming in. He has to kiss ass to the Saudis and stuff, and he's got to keep these two children from, these multi-billion-dollar children from going to war over him. So, I mean, that's his fucking life. Until he sells it, that's what he does.
Well, I think one thing they need to do, and I don't want to get into all this because I know we're running out of time here, but I was thinking tonight, I really think they need to quit calling it the world title and the universal title. Just call them the Raw champion and the SmackDown champion. It just makes zero sense, but what makes sense?
Nothing in this world, nothing in Vince's world, that's for sure. Yeah. And it's weird. They were kind of like, well, we're not going to do the indies anymore or anything like that. But like, how did Rick Steiner's kid exactly come to you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't throw a headshot over to CAA or, one of those other agencies. And all of a sudden Nick Khan was called by one of his buddies at the agency. He's like, hey, here's this kid. I don't think.
Yeah. How about that?
That
was bullshit. There's just no way. I mean, what were they going to do? Just get somebody, go around to high schools and get people right out of high school to go to NXT to train or some shit.
My God, I'm going to go back to Oklahoma and watch some pencil shit. It's going to be good. My God.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Any other closing notes?
No, that's it. I just thought about the old draft.
We'll enjoy the draft together. Let's see how that goes.
I need a draft right now.
It is. It's about just two media companies fighting and Vince and Nick Khan trying to keep him from, bitching him out and stuff. It's essentially, that's all it is. That's his.
Have fun with that, Mr. Khan. Khan.
Bryant is followable on Instagram and on Twitter at Bry Sports. On TikTok, he's Stanley Jackson 23. Our show is at Katie Vick Alive. That is our Twitter handle. I am on Twitter at Britt Whitmire. That's BrittWhitmire. And on Instagram, it's BDub for Reels. BDUB 4 REELZ. You can support this show by shopping at our Amazon store, which is katievick.com. That's katievick.com. Does not change the price of the stuff that you're buying, but it helps us out a little bit. And we certainly do appreciate your support. Until next time, fans, we'll see you ringside.